Okay, so you got to help me out with the title. Gus Sako, the National Assistant Coach of the Year. Is that correct?
No, wait, that's way too big. It was Greater Cleveland Coaches Association.
Okay, I thought it was. Are you sure it wasn't Ohio at least?
I don't even think it was Ohio.
So you're Assistant Coach of the Year though in Northeast Ohio, which hotbed of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And Coach Huff just did his third year?
Officially as our head coach.
Third year, yeah.
Yeah.
Third year. So, I mean, obviously that's a guy who you looked up to, and he ran the room when you were at St. Edward. You know, and now you're bringing guys here, right? And it's former West Shore guys and St. Ed's guys. What's it like to have these guys here at the Hammer Camp with these coaches?
No, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, obviously every program has their own system, they have their own way of doing things, but part of wrestling is there's a lot of ways to do things. So for them to get experience with people like Jared Lawrence, I mean, shoot, I was growing up watching him wrestle. Like, that's a hero right there. And then you got Jody Stripman about to show some top. So, I mean, obviously our guys already have Coach K in their corner, but you get these other two in there with them. It's good to see something different, something new. And obviously they were successful athletes, successful coaches, so they know what they're talking about. So it's just good for them to get well-rounded and see things from different perspectives.
UVA degree. You know, you went to UVA, you wrestled. You know, the last couple of years you suffered with injuries. You qualified for the NCAAs 3 times, I want to say, right?
Twice.
Twice. But you struggled with injuries. You would have qualified another time. Struggled with injuries. What's the biggest thing you want kids to get out of this dealing with the college coaches?
Dealing with the college, I guess just making relationships. I mean, that's how I got to college with Coach Garland. It was a wrestling camp. I went up to him, I talked to him for a minute, we wrestled, and we started a relationship. And that's where, I mean, at least with my athletes, that's what I get the most out of with them is once we have a real bond, a real relationship, I can get them to go that extra mile. So it's starting those relationships now with these coaches, get in front of them, introduce yourself, shake their hand. I mean, obviously you're not going to get a scholarship today, but you might make a friend, and that friendship then blossoms into something else, and then you can go on and wrestle for the guy for 5 years.
The other big thing is, you know, there's tons of competition now. Like they're really getting to see what these guys are, what their behavior is.
Absolutely.
Out of a tournament.
Yes.
That's huge, right?
Oh, it's massive. They get to see how they interact with others. They get to see how they drill. They get to see how they compete when it really doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, you're not handing out trophies right now, but you still want to see some competition. You want to see some fire in the guys. So they're going to get to see different avenues of those kids' lives, their social aspect, how they're interacting. So, I mean, I hope my kids are on their best behavior in all those aspects.
Repeat, trying to do it as champs in D1 in Ohio. You know, it's tough, right? You know, Perrysburg's emerging. They've got a bunch of guys here. Wadsworth, obviously, Brecksville, Elaria, Dublin, Kaufman, LaSalle, you know, the teams in Marysville, Central Ohio is doing so much better. Liberty's got a great team. When you look at that, having to repeat, bullseyes on your back, do you guys embrace that? It was the same way when you were in high school, right?
I mean, without sounding cocky or arrogant, but I almost expect my boys to want that target, and that's the tradition that's seen as we've won and we continue to win. And I mean, obviously it's not handed to them. They got to do a lot of work. It's not easy. They can't just show up come March and they're going to hand the trophy to them. They have to earn that trophy. But I like them being in the driver's seat. I like them being the ones out front and being chased, and it keeps us on our toes. It keeps us working and make sure we're keep adapting and evolving, getting better. Because there's some fantastic teams out there, some tough competitors, some great coaches, and I mean they're going to push us. They're going to make us work for it. But like I said, I enjoy being in the front seat.
When you look at West Shore, you look at your dad, and you guys got this kind of real cool balance. You have this work relationship where you're running the warehouse at Defense Soap. Your dad's making the phone calls and making the big decisions, right? But it doesn't run without, you know, you're the heart and soul of Defense Soap, and your dad knows that.
We have a few heart and souls.
Well, I mean, no, you got some great employees. You know, nothing to diminish them. They do an incredible job, but you're the guy. You're the guy. Ultimately, you know, you need those people. It's hard to replace those people.
Absolutely.
Right? Such a cool thing you guys have going right now, right? How do you guys keep getting better and making new products and producing championship wrestlers? How do you guys keep doing what you do at Defense Soap and St. Edward?
It's just competitive spirit, I guess. We don't like losing, so we're going to continue to try and win. And when it comes to business, you got new companies popping up, or when it comes to wrestling, we have people like Perrysburg and Dublin Kaufman popping up that are pushing us and forcing us to come up with new ideas and forcing us to compete and be better. But make sure we said competitiveness, we want to win, we want to stay on top.
Will you coach your brother?
If I don't choke the little SOB.
So that's a yes. You'll probably end up coaching Max. But Max is tough. When
He's
Max
scrappy.
figures his hips out, he's got crazy hips.
He
I like
definitely
that.
has some hidden little talents in there. I mean, he's still very young. We have a long way to go.
He's 7.
Just turned 9. So
He's 9?
yeah,
Where's the freaking time go? And how old's your sister?
she's 6, turning 7.
Jeez, pizza. It goes so freaking fast.
Yeah.
Anything big with defense you guys are doing right now?
Anything big? Well, we got a new bottle size coming out. That'll be the next new step.
Is
but-
that a result of COVID and supply chain, or is that?
No, this was more. There's a more. Honestly, it started more from Amazon. A lot of our competitors they changed bottle sizes and started.
Well, what's the industry doing?
Yeah, and so we're just
Adapt?
kind of following suit there.
What is it?
It's a 32.
Go to a 32-ounce bottle.
Yeah, with a pump, so it'll fit in a shower. So it'll be like you're calling it like the family size. So it'll fit in the shower. Have a little
Yeah,
pump
I
on
have
it.
Head and Shoulders like that.
Yeah.
If you guys did dandruff wrestling soap, I would have that in a pump. But
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna end up with a family size before we know it.
Yep.
All right, we're starting session here. You got anything else for me?
Find what you've built.
Thank you for the time. Good luck to the Eagles this year.
Thank you.